cars. We see them every day, and most of us use one every day. In my case, I just use mine for work to do deliveries around town. I don't have any crazy cool car or anything, but it gets the job done, and I think that's how a lot of people think too. Cars are just used to get from point A to point B. They're just transportation, an investment, blah blah blah. But what do most people think when they see a crazy car coming down the street? Not even necessarily something like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, but a car that looks seemingly normal, but maybe it's super loud. Maybe it's lowered to the ground, or has a wide body kit and sparkly rims. What do people think when they see these cars driving down the street? Or on the flip side, why do these people invest so much time and energy into making their cars this way? What's the attraction to doing donuts in the middle of the street, or making your car as low as humanly possible, or even making it as fast as possible? In Portland, we have a large and growing car community, like sideshows that take place every Saturday and Sunday, or Cars and Coffee that meets bi-weekly in Salem. What brings all these people together with all the niches in the community? What do they have in common, and why are cars so appealing to these people, especially teenagers? I set out to find the answers with some people my age who are heavily invested in the car community. This is 6th Gear.
What up, I'm Martin, I'm 20, and got me into cars was a mixture of things. Like I had a neighbor who would work on his car in front of his house all the time. I was also super into like Initial D, a little bit of everything, you know, a little bit of pop culture, a little bit of just what was around me.
I'm Julian. I've always been like interested in cars. I got really into them probably about a year and a half ago. But I'd say the Cars movie when I was a child, still to this day, that's my favorite movie. So Lightning McQueen, the GOAT.
My name is Andrew Michaels. I am 17. I've always kind of liked cars. Like my dad had a car dealership. I was always like kind of around cars. I learned about different ones, but I really started getting into it like when I started driving, probably like when I got my permit.
Alright, so I drive a 2001 Lexus IS300. I bought it basically because I seen it on like a list of top 10 YouTube videos in the price range I was looking, and I really thought it was a cool car. So then I found out it was a Toyota on top of that, and it was kind of a done deal.
I have a 1987 Mark III Supra, soon to be a 2JZ GTE swap, and I got the car because I didn't know what the car was when I bought it, but I saw it and I fell in love with it. I really liked what it looked like. I liked the potential of the car.
I drive a 91 Toyota Land Cruiser. I actually have been paying it off from my mom, so my mom sold it to me. Yeah, I mean my dad's kind of just always been into Land Cruisers. He has one, and he bought my mom one, and now it's mine.
So the second day I bought my car. When I bought the car, I didn't get it checked out properly, and so the second day I was driving it and my crankshaft blew, which means motor's blown. It was a bad rebuild. Decided to swap it with the stock engine. The mechanic just didn't do it properly, didn't put the time in, the energy. He shouldn't have agreed to help me out with the project. And my second motor blew, which is the motor you see over there on the ground. And at that point, it was either sell the car for $3,000 as a blown body of a car with no motor, or put a 2J in it and make it worth a good amount of money. So I decided to do that, which was probably not a good idea, but in the end it'll be worth it. And it's a good project, teaching me a lot, and I just really fell in love with the car.
I've had it close to 2 years. It's 30 years old, and so I've definitely, there's been a lot of mechanical issues on it. I've done a lot of work to it. Yeah, that's probably most of it.
My name is Ian Martin. I am 18 years old.
Alright, I am Manu Stich. I'm 17.
I started liking cars for as long as I can remember.
I'd say around freshman year is when I started liking cars, I guess, in general, and just the whole car culture.
Wheels was definitely a gateway, but also Fast and Furious was definitely like up there, was like got me into it for sure.
Carter kind of like made me really like cars, right? So like watching him do a bunch of like car stuff, like on his cars, buying a bunch of cars on his trucks, like his dad, you know, just like him going to all those like car things just like made me want to like look more into like cars, I guess. It's like all about the community, you know? It's like it's all about just like respecting one's car and like seeing the progress someone like has on like a project car, you know, like you'll see someone's like a gnarly project car that took them like 7 years, and you'd be like, whoa, like that's really cool, you know, and like you can make good friends out of that because one, you're pretty intrigued at the fact that it's a really cool car that took 7 years, or other factors in that, and you can make a good friend out of that. You know, you can talk about that and all that, and it just, yeah, it's all about like the community and stuff.
I can tell from seeing from other people that when you need help or you need any sort of help with your car, fixing it, or just being with people, it seems like they're always down to help. If you like cars, you like cars, and you get past everything else. There's no reason to like hate.
The owner of Thai Tacos hooked me up with his friends who helped me get this engine. They luckily found a very trustworthy engine through some great guys. I would have nothing done if it wasn't for the car community and my friends. I've done everything to this point, you know, using the help of friends and using the research and the connections that people give me. The car world is like no other. There's no like other family that's that big and, you know, widespread around the country and around the world, and everyone's just there to help. You know, I've seen people leave their jobs to go give people tows, to go swap people's tires, you know, and like my friends, you know, showed me their friends, and their friends, you know, helped me do this and that, you know. So I would have nothing done, like literally nothing on this car. This car would probably be still sitting there with the stock engine in it, blown, no work done to it, nothing, if it weren't for the car world and the help people give out.
I would just reiterate that the main difference about the car community in comparison to some of the other communities out there is they will actually come through for you. The people who are also into the things you're into and like to do what you do will come through for you and do you favors and help you out when you need a hand. There's so many different aspects of cars that people are into. Some people are super into cosmetic mods in their fitment and their stance and just making show cars. Other people are into like full-on drag builds or drift builds or, you know, crazy off-road builds. There's so many different little categories of people who are all extremely into the same specific type of thing.
Don't need it for people who are in the car community. It's because you don't really need to have a reason. Like, some people are just in it because they like it. Just like, oh, this is sick.
Like if you like cars at all, there's like a really good community for it. There's like a lot of people that like camping and all that stuff, like taking it up like off-road. Then there's like all the people who like drifting their car, taking them to the track and stuff. So no matter what, you have good community. I don't know. I feel like everyone that's into cars has this shared love of like driving, the experiences that come out of driving. So I think that's like a big factor in it.
$100 million couldn't make me jealous. I'm at home in my own pair of shoes, fellas. Getting in the zone like Jerome Bettis. Cause life's work worth more than bank tellers tell us. Run, drummer boy, run. I got that old rum, pum. And I stay up on my job till the job done. Forget Mr. Me Too, I'm the one. Peek through like the sun. How can I explain? Connie and the Kings, no clouds stop the rain. Ha! And we're one with the lightning. When we touch down, we ignite.